Question 5. A student was given a 50-gram sample of solid silver chloride contaminated with solid silver carbonate. The student suggested the following method to obtain the maximum amount of pure dry silver chloride from the sample. So we're given the method and asked to identify any faults or omissions in the method suggested by the student and suggest any improvements to the method using commonly available laboratory equipment. We're also told that the following chemicals are available. So we've got distilled water, dilute solutions of sodium hydroxide, ammonia, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. So I'm looking through the method and I'm just going to identify any key issues that we've got here. So we're going to tip the solid into a boiling tube. Well, we've got 50 grams of sample. A boiling tube is likely to be far too small for 50 grams. So too small for 50 grams. And instead I'm going to suggest a medium beaker. You might want to say a 250ml beaker. That's fine. We're then going to add dilute nitric acid. Now, if we add nitric acid, we will get some silver nitrate made. So that means that silver chloride will be turned into silver nitrate, which is not what we want. Oh, sorry, which is not what we want. So instead of adding dilute nitric acid, I'm going to switch which acid we're going to use, and I'm going to add hydrochloric acid instead. Instead, spell correctly. And in my answer, so I'm just planning, I'm not really writing my full answer here, but in my planning, I'm going to say that HNO3 will produce silver nitrate. It also doesn't say how much acid to add, so I'm going to make sure this is in excess because I want to make sure it's all reacted. Then, so we're taking the solid, we're allowing the solid to settle. So we're going to end up with solid silver chloride, which is going to settle. We're going to pour off the water and leave the sample to dry on a shelf. Now, I've got a couple of problems here. Because if we're just decanting, if we're just pouring off the liquid, we haven't taken into account that there will be some impurities there. So instead, we're going to remove the impurities. We're going to filter off the solid. And then we're going to wash with distilled water. Then I can dry by vacuum filtration. So that way it means that we've got our sample is pure because we've washed it, it is dry because we've used our vacuum filter, and we've got as much silver chloride as possible.